Hello, Hank. So, sitting in class listening to some people talk today and hearing some of the conversations that have transpired in regards to our nation's history. Whether it's a good history, bad history, right or wrong, should we have monuments or should we not have monuments that reflects our history and what this country has gone through? And Notre Dame University is going to stop displaying murals that symbols or reflects the history and the progress of American heritage. Apparently, it is offensive to display articles, items, statues, monuments, whatever, that shows the process that records the evolution of America, the direction, the development, the backbone, how this country even exists. And apparently there's a conflict that Christopher Columbus came and sailed the ocean blue and took over this country from the indigenous people that live here. Well, that is true. It is unfortunate. It is true. But none of us in today's society was alive at that time. There's nothing that could be done to change our past to make dumb people from back then do the right thing today. We are so caught up in this racist mindset where we have to right all the wrongs of our history, and by doing so we remove statues, we remove monuments, and anything that reflects the process of our history of Americans. And I'm not understanding why that is. Why is it so bad to be proud to be American? Why is it so bad to display an American flag? Why is it so bad to display a statue of even a Confederate soldier, so to speak? A Confederate soldier who has been identified to have done the things he did because of slavery, which anyone that knows any part of the Civil War understands that slavery was not the engaging issue for the Civil War. It is something that was used as a crutch to pursue or to convince African Americans and other races or ethnicities to support the efforts of the North. So there's a lot to understand about our Americans' history that people have totally whitewashed and has turned our history into a bad thing. And it all is circumventing around slavery. Slavery is never good. I'm not saying it was or is. But when you take things into perspective the way they should be in regards to slavery, for those that don't know, slavery is worse today than any two time eras combined. Yes, today slavery is more prominent in our world and in society than it ever has been in the history of mankind. There are more people today that are being human trafficked, forced into harsh living conditions, and required to perform specific acts to survive, such as sexual favors and such. And we are so focused on what has already been said and done that we're not even looking at what is happening today. Who cares about human trafficking, right? I mean, there's only 27 million plus people that are victims of human trafficking today. More than 27 million. America leads this world in human trafficking. But yet we are so focused on making our history disappear because of slavery. We're not even focused on the fact that slavery is more prominent today than it ever has been. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So we focus our time and energy to erase the very fibers that was put in place that made our country what it is today. Yes, a lot of people suffered. That's unfortunate. And back in the time when all this was transpiring, there weren't even laws to prevent it. Now that we've gotten our minds in check with the moral and ethic acceptance of society, we are on the path of making things better. But the thing that is holding us back, the thing that is making it so that we cannot move forward, is focusing on the past. Focusing on the past. You cannot erase our history. And I can't tell you how many politicians have said that this country is a borrowed country. And they are treating it as if it is a borrowed country. There is lack of concern for the financial institutions to support and help Americans that pay their taxes, work hard, and actually are legal. There's no program or development in process to make those things better for Americans. Instead, we want to bring in more illegal immigrants without checking out their statuses and allow them to live and roam about the American states, United States of America, without restrictions. And human trafficking only gets worse by the day. I guarantee you either know someone directly that has been exposed to the process of human trafficking, or even a victim of human trafficking, if not yourself, or you're at least 3 people away from knowing someone. Myself, my own niece, 2 of my best friends' daughters were taken. I mean, it exists, people. Human trafficking exists, and it is no different than the means of slavery from back when you guys were protesting to what it is today. It's just the focus and the wording is used differently. It's not legalized anymore. It's not technically illegal, otherwise we would be combating that. But we're not. We're not combating it. American society seems to have decided to accept human trafficking. I don't get it. We're allowing this to happen in every 50 states, every one of the 50 states of America, and we're focusing on slavery and the issues that existed back in the 19th century and before. So, what do we do?